Hello, my name is Andy Stott, and it's my enormous privilege to be the founding head of the Popular Music Programme here at the Royal Northern College of Music. Now in our 13th year, the programme has developed over the past decade and has become widely regarded as one of the finest popular music programmes in the world. Our offer here at the RNCM is unique. It is the UK's first and only 4-year Bachelor of Music degree in popular music. When I interview students for this programme, there are 3 answers that normally come back to the question, well, why have you applied? One of the answers is the reputation of the college. We are widely regarded as world-class and rated the UK's top conservatoire for music in the Times and Sunday Times League Table in 2020. The second answer that comes back is the opportunity to collaborate with students from right across the musical spectrum. When I ask students on open days why they apply here, it doesn't matter whether they're an electric guitar player or a violinist, they tend to come back with the same answer, and that is that they want to work across genre. So the opportunity to collaborate here is literally limitless. The final answer that comes back in the interviews is Manchester itself. This city has a great music heritage, a great music scene, and that's really, really important for students here studying popular music, that they can be at the heart of that vibrant musical city. I'm going to talk a little bit about the programme and just give a general overview of where we're coming from with this. So it is our mission to educate students to have successful and sustainable careers as professional musicians. The skills that students develop throughout the programme are transferable and flexible and future-proofed, so that they can have careers that don't just last 5 minutes, but last them a lifetime. Our curriculum develops students' musical identity through creative composition and production and performance-based modules that enable them to work, to be high-quality performers and original artists in their own right. In addition to the rigorous instrumental and vocal teaching, the programme also develops academic and creative skills and cultivates business acumen and entrepreneurial activity through employment and employability training. This is really important to us. We view all of our students as professional musicians from day one, and we expect them to behave in that way and to develop their careers alongside their studies, something we actively encourage and open doors into professional opportunities for them. In 2021, we will be revalidating our degree. This means that we'll be refreshing our current programme to keep up with current industry trends and also to set the challenge to our students to be industry leaders. We want that successful long-term career, and often now in the 21st century musician, it requires them to be what we call the triple threat. So that means the performer, the composer, and producer. And to that end, we will be developing new modules in performance, composition, and music production that will allow students to be the collaborative and technical creators of innovative music projects. We also, in the 4th year of our programme, have a very special professional engagement module. This is where students are going out working full-time in the profession. The module came around in the first instance because increasing numbers of students were coming to me asking for time off to go and pursue the big break and live the dream, whilst still trying to finish their degree. So what we've done is we've managed to fold that into the programme so that students can have the best of both worlds. It means they can enter into the world of work, take that big opportunity when it comes, and use that experience as credit for finishing their degree, something that is unique to this programme. We have partners throughout the music industry who provide internship opportunities. These include people like the BBC, Brighter Sound, Liverpool Sound City, Music for Youth, Reform Radio, Greater Manchester Music Hub, and international opportunities with colleges in the US and all over Southeast Asia. We also have our own record label, Northern Quarter Records, which sits within the professional engagement module. And this is where we sign artists that have developed through the programme, and we give them a professional experience working as signed artists and bands. So in that year they're signed to Northern Quarter Records, they'll write, record and release an EP or an album, create artwork, music videos, promotional materials, enhance their radio and TV and social media presence, play touring live shows across the UK, and perform in the summer festival season. We have another exciting partnership with the Metropole Orkest in the Netherlands. This is the world's leading pop and jazz orchestra and was the influence for the RNCM's own session orchestra, which I'll talk a little bit more about later. And in this programme that we have with the Metropole, Dutch conservatoire students who are in the programme exchange into the RNCM to perform with the session orchestra, and in exchange back, the RNCM students can go and work with the Metropole Orchestra on their projects. Really exciting and unique opportunity. On the recording side of things, we have a partnership with Abbey Road Studios and the Abbey Road Institute. Now, this is a training ground for the next generation of music producers and sound engineers. And through a unique creative partnership, Northern Quarter Records artists have the opportunity to record in the legendary Abbey Road Studios, working with the engineers who are at the creative cutting edge of music production. In addition to our faculty, we have a wide range of visiting tutors who form part of what we call our Friday Masterclass series. So every Friday afternoon we have industry professionals visitors, and these can range from artists, solo artists, bands, producers, songwriters, record label executives. And just some of the highlights to give you a flavour of the kind of people who've been coming through recently. We had a visit recently from the amazing Anomaly, original artist keyboard player, Guy Chambers, who writes with Robbie Williams and Mark Ronson. J.P. Cooper came just a few weeks ago and gave an incredible masterclass here. We've hosted Dominic Miller, who's been Sting's guitarist for the last 30 years, Mo Pleasure, Earth, Wind & Fire's musical director and Michael Jackson band member. He also recently played with our session orchestra in a memorable show here back in February. Jason Rebello has been and visited us here. He's played keys with Sting and Chaka Khan, amongst others. Steve Sidwell, who's the musical director of the BBC Concert Orchestra. Ash Sohn, who's played drums on many albums with Adele and James Morrison. Paul Turner, who is the bass player with Jamiroquai. Hannah Vasanth, who's the musical director for Rihanna and Jessie J. And the amazing Corey Wong, guitarist with Vulfpeck. I could go on. There are many, many amazing artists who've come to visit us. But one of the really, really key strengths, I think, of our program is the ability to bring in people like this to work with our students. When we do the Friday masterclasses, our students always perform for our guests. It's really important that so that our guests can get a real idea of the talent that we have here and can go out into the wider music industry and talk about the amazing RNCM students. Likewise, we have that army now of ambassadors of professionals who are flying the flag, if you like, for this institution. And the value that our students get from learning with these people is just absolutely incredible. Finally, in terms of our guest artists, I'd like to tell you a little bit about our International Chair in Popular Music. And this is the amazing Grammy Award-winning band, Snarky Puppy. So we have access to all 9 or 10 of them when they're in town. They come to visit us and they spend the day here working with our students. And it's an incredible education for our students to be in the room with these guys. But I think importantly for me, the empathy that is there between the band and the students is really remarkable, because all of them were sat in their shoes at one time in music conservatoires. So to actually be together with people who've done that and gone on to have this amazing career that they're enjoying now is really inspiring. I want to talk a little bit about our international partnerships with other higher education institutions. It's certainly the case that there are only a handful of popular music degree programs that reside within conservatoires in the world. And we're very proud to be one of those, but we're also very proud to be the founding member of Interplay. Now, Interplay is a combination of conservatoire popular music degree programs. So we have partnership with University of Southern California in Los Angeles, with the Conservatorium van Amsterdam in the Netherlands, and with Codarts in Rotterdam, and Berkeley in Valencia. So we have a group of like-minded institutions whose professional network is designed to champion high-quality degree-level popular music education and to promote its status and profile on a global scale. Through Interplay, we aspire to have a major influence on the popular music profession through ethical advocacy, collaborative working, and sharing a good practice, training the future leaders of the popular music industry. I think the key advantage of this organisation is for my peer group to be able to share good practice and be innovative on a global level, but also for our students to meet, to collaborate, and to begin working on an international scale. As a student at the RNCM, you will benefit from all the facilities at this amazing college, including the professional performance spaces, recording studios, library and practice rooms, and the live music concert programme. Within the popular music side of things, we have the world's largest boxy studio, an incredibly well-equipped recording studio that goes alongside that, and amazing practice and rehearsal facilities for our students. We're also supported by an incredible team of technical staff who work with our students on making their work sound and look amazing. And we're very, very fortunate to have such highly qualified and patient and highly skilled people working with us. It's an education for our students to be able to work with people of that caliber. In terms of performance opportunities, they are literally limitless. There are lots of original creative projects going on that students devise for themselves. And as I mentioned a little earlier, because you're in a building with 850 amazing musicians from all sorts of genres and backgrounds and places in the world, the opportunities to create something new and exciting is literally, again, limitless. In terms of what we can provide, we have a gig series which we call the Northern Sessions, which I'll talk a little bit more about in a moment. We have the RNCM Session Orchestra, which is the first and only one of its kind in a UK conservatoire. This brings together students from every school of study and is an amazing phenomenon. We have the RNCM Big Band. We have an RNCM review show, which features students' original work. We have a choir. We work with students in other institutions across the city. And as I mentioned a little earlier, we have the opportunities through the Metropole Orchestra and Abbey Road Institute. Talk a bit more now about Northern Sessions. This is our live gig series, so we promote monthly gigs around the city which feature our bands and artists from the programme. The usual format is to have the headline band as a Northern Quarter Records signed artist, with bands from other year groups providing the support acts. It's an opportunity for students to get out in the city and to test their music in front of live audiences in professional venues. And finally, just to wrap up by talking a little bit more about the Session Orchestra. This is a very special ensemble. As I said, it brings together students from across the college, and we perform to sell out shows here in our theatre, but also around the UK. So we've performed at the Royal Albert Hall, the Bridgewater Hall, the Liverpool Echo Arena. We've worked with guest artists including Stefan Redtenbacher, Bill Lawrence from Snarky Puppy, Mario Jose and Mo Pleasure. And we have that partnership with our international orchestral colleagues in the Netherlands. So all in all, I think the package that we offer here is incredibly attractive. It's an amazing place to work. It's an amazing place to be a student. There's some wonderful original music coming out of this institution. And should you decide to apply, I'm sure that you would have an amazing time here as a student. Thank you.